Well, this promises to be interesting. Well, that got the car uncovered. Now let's see what happens. The moon is peeping out through the cloud. Yeah, let's drive to work. Well, that's a little different to yesterday morning, but the trusty Skoda did what it says on the tin, as it were. Right, I am going to... what am I going to do? I'm going to drink tea, I think. That seems like a very good idea. Well, it looks like Mr. Fox has been running about, crossing railway lines. I think that's a fox set of footprints. Well, this is a different view of Benfleet station to one that you're used to, isn't it? Yeah, okay, well, things to do, people to see and all that jazz. Well, I've been cheerfully shoveling snow for some time now, and it's time that I went for a walk to find something to eat. I suppose I could always find someone who wasn't helping me shovel and kill him and cook him or something, but apparently there's a law against that, so we'll go up to the shops. But it's sort of one of those frustrating sort of days because the sun is trying to come out, but every now and then you look and there's little flakes of fresh snow falling. Very unusual for us here in this part of England. Well, there's always one, isn't there? The weather forecasters say that we're not going to get any snowfall today, but I'm looking at those clouds thinking, well, what do they know? What happens in this part of England is the local authority has lorries which they load with grit, and they've got grit spreaders on the back, and they use a variety of de-icing agents, sort of rock salt and similar stuff. So every now and then you'll see one of these lorries go past, and you get out the way because the flicker thing on the back of it throws the grit quite hard, and it stings if it hits you. So, you know, that's something we might even see one as we walk up to the shops, might do. But of course they only do the important roads, and I've never really understood who decides which roads are important. This one is, because if you go down that way, this is one of the two roads that leads to Canvey Island, and this is the one that all of the ambulances and emergency services use to get to Southend Hospital, if that's what it's needed for. So this road is strategically important. Now, come on, chaps. Really? Okay. You know, this weather I'd have taken the car that had got a roof on it, but, you know, each to their own, I guess. And this is very much a Benfleet landmark, the Hoy and Helmet Public House. Now, a hoy is a sort of boat. And yeah, that pub has been there for a very, very long time. Not as long as the church, but, you know, getting that way. And you won't see the graveyard like this very often, and certainly not on the 28th of February very often. I always like the way that the snow sort of decorates the trees. That's quite a thing, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's always good to see other people's efforts, isn't it? This is how Benfleet Station is now looking. Various snow fairies have been out here shoveling and gritting and doing all sorts of wonderful things, and they've got it clear away from the edge, and they built piles. There's probably a joke in there. We'd probably say something about, you know, don't want to suffer with piles, but we wouldn't make that joke, not on a publicly posted video. But I just thought I'd walk up here and we can have a look at Benfleet. Benfleet in the snow. Oh, there's a bit of a chilly wind blowing.
Platform 1 for the 11:51 C2C service to London Fenchurch Street. Calling at Hipsey, Stanford-le-Hope, East Tilbury, Tilbury Town, Grays, Chafford Hundred, Ockenden, Upminster, Barking, West Ham, Limehouse and London Fenchurch Street. This train is formed of 4 coaches. Change at Grays for services to Purfleet, Rainham and Dagenham Dock. Change at Upminster for services to Emerson Park and Romford. Change at Barking for services to Gospel Oak. Benfleet, this is due to severe weather, Shoeburyness and London Fenchurch Street.